It's time to start the raised bed, the construction of it. Part of the raised bed and the horseshoe concept is to be able to walk all the way around and access that bed. What I've done is I've taken all the good soil and put it back into the garden. I'm creating a pathway. All the soil is off. I'm down to garbage soil, the subsoil. What I want to do is put this ground cover on top of this path. Ultimately, it's going to be covered with mulch that we come and chip from the materials from the forest. We chip, and then we can put down a nice layer of mulch. That'll keep the weeds down. What I've done is I knew the length of this, and you can see I've kind of prepared it with the hoe and the rake, so it's relatively level. I knew my length. I want to double up on this landscaping fabric. So I've already got it prepared. In theory, I should be able to just drag it into place. I'm not too concerned about how it looks right now. I'm going to be stomping on it. When the time comes, we'll get all the creases out and we'll put the mulch down, and it'll be a relatively flat surface. I want to make sure I leave enough to go up against that fence, because I want to try and make sure the weeds don't grow from the fence side. I also want to make sure I've got enough material that I can start the construction of my walls of the raised bed, and have enough material that's sitting on there that I don't have to worry about weeds coming out from underneath the raised bed, the sides, the walls. You might wonder what this row that I'm fighting against. That's a row of potatoes we haven't dug yet. It's October 6th. It's a beautiful day, warm. And again, I've doubled up on my fabric. It's time to start my assembly of my sides, my walls. I've got 3/4 inch rebar and 1/2 inch rebar cut to length. They're going to be supports on the outside. I'm not worried about it bowing in on the inside, because as we fill this up, it's going to take care of the support on the inside. I just want to make sure it doesn't flop to the outside. So what I'm going to do, we've got 5 ribs per sheet. That lets me alternate a 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch, 1/2 inch, and I'm going to support it all the way around the perimeter of this. You might remember we pre-drilled holes on the ends of each of these assemblies. That allows me to put a piece of metal, just one piece, that's undrilled, and use the ends as my drilling guides. So I'm going to get a piece of metal, and I'm going to extend that end, and then we'll take another assembly and start working our way the other direction. This is a single piece. It's undrilled, but as soon as I put it and match it up to this end, which is drilled already, I've got it already made. There's a drilling guide. Safety glasses. Keep in mind, I want to make sure that my top is even. If there's any uneven lengths between my pieces, my sheets, I prefer it to be down so that we've got a nice, even, flush top all the way around. If you don't have any helpers available, I'm using C-clamps. I'm C-clamping just the top. As long as I can get a screw in, then everything will stay meshed in. Make sure you have safety glasses. Make sure when you're drilling, you're not drilling into your leg. I've got the 2 started. And the 3rd's coming. Screw comes from the outside to the inside. And then I'm going to repeat that. I'm going to get another panel, 3-piece panel. I'm going to join it to the end, and we'll just keep working our way around. Before I connect any more pieces, I wanted to put some rebar to stabilize the outside. I don't care about it flopping on the inside. As we fill this up, that's going to take care of any flopping that comes on the inside. But I do want to make sure that we've got support on the outside. We've got 5 ribs, and I'm going to alternate. I've got 1/2 inch rebar, and I've got 3/4 inch rebar. I'm going to alternate the 1/2 inch with the 3/4 all the way around the perimeter. I'm going to angle them in slightly so that over time the material that's in here might have a tendency to want to push the walls out. Certainly it's not going to push the bottoms out. I'm more concerned about the top. So if I angle my rebar in just slightly, that'll take care of some of that. So let's pop some rebar in and get this thing a little more stabilized. I'm not concerned about my corners. I want them slightly rounded. I don't want that sharp angle on this metal. That will have a tendency to weaken that point. A nice gradual, just nice radius at the corners would be perfect. That was 3/4. So now I'll use a 1/2 inch. This is bonus points, bonus section. I drove a post, a piece of rebar, hit a rock. I don't like the location, it bent, so I need to pull that out to save myself a lot of back-breaking work. Get yourself a piece of chain, just a short piece, make a loop of it, put a bolt through there, put the nut back on. So now you have a loop. A pair of vice grips. Put it on really good. You've got that loop now. Handyman jack. That's how you do that.